Good nasty on a Thursday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie Rivers will be joining us at some point from Pittsburgh as the Blues take on the Penguins tonight. Pregame right here on 101 ESPN at 5 o'clock. So we've got an early pregame show for you at 5 o'clock. The puck will drop on the Blues radio network at 6 o'clock. We will have plenty of Blues talk coming up with our guy Jamie Rivers. But we start off the show discussing an article from Hannah Wyman from STLtoday.com. It says ticket sales for the Cardinals home opener are on track with last year, team officials said, after getting off to a sluggish start. As of Wednesday, about 2,900 tickets remain unsold for the March 27th game against the Minnesota Twins. The matchup will mark the official start of baseball season in St. Louis, and of course, it is always one of the most anticipated events in St. Louis. In late February, as many as 13,000 open seats remained at Busch Stadium, which has 46,000 seats and some standing room tickets, but the availability continues to drop as opening day nears, and that was expected. In fact, according to the Cardinals MLB ticket website, over 1,000 seats were sold from Monday to Tuesday. This doesn't really surprise me. I feel as though, Kerry, that Cardinals fans, one, they're not stupid. Mm-hmm. They know that just because there's pageantry that comes with opening day, they know where this club is at. And while they do want to support the team, they're also not going to continue to throw money at a bad product. And I think there's a distinction. Some fans will say, "Oh, you guys are, you're not true Cardinals fans. You're not loyal." There's a difference between being a fan and being a fan that's also a consumer. You can sit there and you can watch your Cardinals on TV, and you may not watch all 9 innings if they're getting beaten, like a rented mule.
Right.
You decide to walk away from that. We got Jamie. Jamie's here. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I don't know if did you hear any of the opening bit with the ticket sales and stuff? Sorry, I know you're trying to log on.
Yeah, no, I heard it all. I'm just trying to figure out my microphone here, boys. Okay. That's all.
That's the thing that goes in front of your face. You talk into it.
You
but
use
I can't
hear myself, Carey.
Oh, it's like the cone of silence.
The penalty box.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, penalty box. Yeah.
Penalty box. I can't hear myself in the cone of silence either.
I think there's a distinction.
Yeah.
I think there is being a fan that's loyal. Like I said, you can watch them on, you watch them on TV. You can check out at any point. You can tune in at any point, right? And then there's being a consumer. There's somebody that's going to buy tickets, buy season tickets, pay for the parking, go over to Ballpark Village, all of it based on what? Based on how good the product is. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to opening day, I still think people, while it might be a more muted excitement, I still think that Busch Stadium will have a large crowd because it's essentially a holiday.
Yeah.
In St. Louis every year. That's where I'm at on this.
Yeah, it's a special day. I think people will show up because of all of the Clydesdales, the red jackets, all of the former players coming back. You got the trucks driving around, the warning track in the outfield and dropping the players off. Like, you get all of those things that come with opening day and makes it one of the best opening days, one of the best experiences probably in baseball, but maybe in all of sports for an opening day. So, there's an excitement level for that. But then the team has to go play. And what version of the Cardinals you get for 2025, we don't know yet. We have our assumptions. We think that this team is going to stink based on, previous couple of years and how spring training has been looking. Maybe they surprise us. Maybe the bats wake up. Maybe, Joe Boo is in their locker room and he's got the bats going and, they're able
Hats for bats.
Hats for bats. Whatever the cause, whatever you need to do, figure it out. But opening day is always an exciting day, because you don't know, right? You're hopeful. The whole season is in front of you. You're excited. And then you'll see how the season plays out. But I think the opening day tickets will be sold. People will show up, and they'll have a good time.
Jamie, when you hear that there's a lot of tickets remaining for the Cardinals, I can't imagine that you were surprised by it. But again, it looks like they're going to have a decent crowd again for opening day. That's not the surprise. But regardless of who shows up on opening day, do you think as though that this has become a more jaded fan base, at least for the time being?
Yeah, I think probably a more skeptical fan base, I think, is probably the best way to go about it. And I think it's because the current regime is still in place. I think that press conference they had last year at the end of the year, talking about Chaim Bloom as the successor and Mo is going to see it out one more year and things like that. I think people wanted change right then and there. I think they wanted Mo to say, by the way, I'm done. I'm stepping away. Different role for the last year of my contract or whatever it is. And Chaim Bloom will now be in charge. And then you kind of pass the baton. And so Chaim Bloom at that point can go on and talk about this transition that they're doing, this youth movement, whatever the stuff is that you're wanted to call what the Cardinals are currently going through. And I think at that point, maybe fans buy in a little more. I think they're like, okay, one more year of this stuff, and I don't know if I'm interested in this, or, well, it's a wait-and-see mentality. And I don't know. I think people will show up if the Cardinals play hard baseball. I don't think the wins have to be there necessarily. It's kind of like the Blues in the last year and a half, where the fans, for the most part, have showed up to see a team that just wants to work hard, and they're following the young guys, and they can get behind this retool, rebuild, whatever the hell you want to call it. And, but the Cardinals right now, with the current situation, like, fans don't really know what it is, because, you know, you've said it's a youth movement, but you really haven't added any youth. And then I think one of the biggest tells, too, is that they thought maybe there'd be some young guys in the rotation. Doesn't look like that's really going to happen this year, at least not out of spring training. So people are like, yeah, it's just the same old, same old. Why would I go watch the same thing I've watched last year, the year before, and the year before? I'll wait and see, you know, what this young group does or what these players do. So I think it's not jaded. I think it's just skeptical of what the front office has put in front of them.
Yeah, no, that's fair, Jamie. I think labels matter in the offseason. I think the message matters in the offseason. When it comes to the regular season, though, let's be honest. None of us care if they call it a retool, a rebuild, a restructure, a return to the glory days. Doesn't matter. If they win, people will show up and they will buy into whatever the identity is. It doesn't have to be played a certain way. For example, Carey, I know that you're a staunch believer, and you are not alone on this. And I have actually started to come more toward your side of thinking when it comes to, like, the heavy analytical approach, right? Home runs, the 3 true outcomes, all of that. People don't like that style. If the Cardinals are winning games that way, Busch Stadium will eventually be packed. I've got zero issue with that. And I've got zero doubt on that. It's not about the identity. One will form, and then people will buy into it if they're winning. If not, it will be a massive discussion like we have for all teams about what they're doing, what the direction is, what the identity, and all that.
Agreed. I mean, winning cures all. So if you win, it doesn't matter how. Is it sustainable? That may be a question once you get later on in the season and close to playoff time and in the playoffs. Is the way that they're winning, is that, however that is it sustainable? Yay or nay? But if you're winning, people will show up. Now, if you're having no success and you're continuously doing it the same way over and over and over again, people start scratching their heads and they're wondering, like, well, what am I missing?
Right.
What do I not understand about this game that you all understand allegedly so much better, but you're not having success? Like, success is the thing that cures all. If you figure out a way to win, people will show up and they'll have fun. But if you're not winning games and you're not fun to watch, nobody cares. Like, I don't understand the notion of, oh, you should support. I'm not supporting anything that doesn't add value to me. That's how you go crazy. That's how you become depressed. That's how you sit in your home and stare at walls and wonder what the hell is going on in my life. You don't have joy, man. Find some damn joy. If the Cardinals don't bring you damn joy, don't watch. That's my thing. If it brings you joy, in moderation with some things, right? Not all. Some things you got to be doing moderation. You could drink and could bring you joy. Don't drink too much, right? In moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Watch your mouth.
Everything in moderation, Jamie. But if you don't have joy doing something, people generally don't continue to do it. So you run into a brick wall enough times, you're like, not you, Anthony, just in general.
I didn't run, in fairness, CD, I did not run into, it wasn't even brick. It was just inside of the pool, it's like concrete.
Concrete, there you go.
Cement. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, cement, brick, whatever you're running into, you're not gonna keep doing it if it hurts.
No, it hurt like hell.
Yeah, and you haven't done it since, have you?
I have not.
You learned your lesson. Now, if you're a Cardinal fan and you're not having fun,
Has he been in a pool since, though?
I
think he has.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I
Got
have.
kids. He been
Okay,
in
all
the
right.
pool.
I just want to make sure. I
Yeah.
just had to make sure.
Well, I think to CD's point, you can't just you can't avoid the pain. Well, you can avoid the pain. Just don't be fearful to try things. I think that's what Carey's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Experiments. Just don't experiment too much. Do I have your words correctly, CD?
Yeah, in moderation.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit.
Do what you want is what CD's saying.
To a degree. If you're an adult.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Have
All
fun.
right.
But be safe out there.
I think we got it. I think we got the message clear to our listeners. All right. Blues Penguins tonight. Again, 5 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. We'll have the pregame for you. Puck will drop at 6. Jamie is in Pittsburgh. Let's talk a little Blues hockey. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to Chris Kerber about tonight's game. Next, which line for the Blues will be most critical to their success down the stretch? We'll have that conversation next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to sell your home and you're not sure exactly what the first steps are, the second steps, maybe even the third steps are to selling your home, well, you're going to need a reliable, experienced, trusted agent, and that person is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria has been in the business well over 20 years, understands the market, especially in the St. Louis area, and she also understands how to price your home accordingly to not only sell it fast, but make you the most money. Why can Gloria sell your home fast? Well, because she has a database with thousands of buyers that are in there, ready, willing, and able to purchase your home. That drives all the traffic you need to your listing. And then we talked about selling it fast for the most money. It helps, that's for sure. So please, before you list your home, pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. She loves hearing that. That number is 314-325-6888. Again, that number is 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Blues, Penguins tonight. Jamie Rivers is in Pittsburgh, and he's joining us right now with Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Anthony Stalter. And again, Jamie Rivers is live in Pittsburgh. What line is most crucial, most critical to the Blues down the stretch? You go, obviously, four different ways on this, but you've got the Thomas line. Nobody's going to push back on that, given that those are your top players, your best player. Shen line's had a lot of success and has driven the offense at times. Third line is that 70s line that's playing much better, and the fourth line is your grinder. So, Jamie, if you were to choose one line, which one is most critical to the Blues' success?
Well, I think this is an easy one, quite honestly. It's the Robert Thomas line. When the well kind of dried up for them a little bit before the Four Nations tournament, look what happened to your team's record. You were struggling. And so since the Four Nations, Robert Thomas, Pavel Buchnevich, Jake Neighbors, their line has been spectacular. I mean, they're matching up against other teams' top lines, and they're out-chancing them. The high-danger chances, I think, are something like 24-17 against in that period of time. So you look at your record, you look at how they're playing, and you just look at the team and go, this line needs to be going. Because when they were not going and you were solely relying upon the Shen line and the third and fourth line, it wasn't pretty. So for me, I don't know about you guys, for me, it's easy. It's the Robert Thomas line for so many reasons.
All right, so, Carey, if I were to, because Jamie just discussed the top line, and I think that one probably it makes the most sense. Look, your top players have to be your top players. If they're not, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So if we were to call that the Tom Brady exception, and we now eliminate the top line, what line now is most critical for you?
I mean, you know what you're getting from the first line. You've known what you're getting from the second and fourth line, probably the third line. Or did I hear him say they call them the 70s line because of their numbers? Yeah, the 70s line. I wish they had old mustaches like in the 70s and no face, just a thick mustache, thick mustache.
They could probably get that done.
Yeah, the 70s line.
Matthew Joseph is rocking the mustache. Right?
That's the best line. That's the most the most important line other than the first line, because that line has been inconsistent, had been inconsistent. I told you I give us credit for giving them the boost to get going.
Fastlane boost.
But they have been playing outstanding, and so I think that line to me would be the second most important, because you know what you're getting from all the other three lines. That was the line that you were worried about, most inconsistent and not playing at the level. There was concerns about Sonny and, oh my goodness, he's not fast enough, he's not moving well enough. You know, Matthew Joseph had been sat down, healthy scratch. Zach Bolduc had not been scoring and doing the things, being the elite player that we think that he can be, and now they're all playing the game that we think that they can and should be playing. So for me, it's the third line.
Jamie, what do you think about that? Because I understand Carey's point. He's saying if you know what you're getting out of the top two lines, or the expectations are pretty much set, and you're just like, hey, if you guys don't provide that scoring punch, one of the top two lines, we're probably in trouble anyways. When it comes to that third line, though, to Carey's point, that was the one that everybody kind of circles like, okay, this one's concerning. They need more out of them. Would you agree with Carey in that, you know, that line to some degree can kind of be an X factor on a given night?
No, I totally agree. I do, because let's go back again to when the Robert Thomas line was not producing. Well, your third line was also not producing, and your fourth line is just not blessed with a lot of guys who can produce. Let's just be honest. You know, Radek, Faksa, Torchenko, and Walker are great at what they do. They're physical, they're in your face, they're solid defensively, they're energy guys out there, but they're not going to give you a ton of goals. So where are you getting your offense from? So if one of the top two lines stumbles, your third line has to try and pick up the slack a little bit, and they weren't, which is when we were very critical of them. And you're welcome, Blues fans. We got them going. But, yeah, watch. Just the attitude alone from that third line. Matthew Joseph playing as hard as he has been playing. You see Zach Bolduc. I mean, the confidence is just beaming out of this young man. I expect him to even get better and better every game down the stretch. So I would totally agree with that because you need some production from that third line. You're not going to get it necessarily from your fourth line. And if one of the top two lines is being checked very well that night by the opposition, which will happen when you're playing down the stretch, and it absolutely will happen if you're lucky enough to make the playoffs, you're going to have to get a push from somewhere else.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Again, the Penguins and the Blues, they will drop the puck around 6:05 tonight in Pittsburgh. Jamie is there right now. He's with us for the first hour of today's show. The Blues have points in 9 of their last 10 games overall. So they're 7-1-2. Since the Four Nations break, the Blues share the NHL lead in points with Washington and Dallas at 14. Tonight marks a stretch of 10 games in 17 days for the Blues, 5 home, 5 road. And since the beginning of February, Robert Thomas leads the Blues with 15 points, 5 goals, 10 assists in 13 games. So he's been great. Jamie, when it comes to Robert Thomas, is it as simple as he's finally healthy, coming off the early season injury? Even though he came back, doesn't mean he was 100%. Now that he is 100%, and maybe he's more, he's in better hockey shape now. Not that he's out of shape, but like he's in better hockey shape and better hockey form. Now we're seeing the production over the last 13 games.
Yeah, I think that, people have to remember, he had the broken foot. And when you have a broken foot and you come back from that early, as what he did, sometimes there's other parts of the body that are still compensating for an area of your body that's been injured, and then you create another injury, and that just compounds the situation. So we all look at the broken foot and go, he wasn't healthy, wasn't it? Well, maybe the foot was fine, but maybe something else in the body was tweaked a little bit. Mm-hmm. And let's just be honest. Maybe he started getting frustrated too. With the injury, then he doesn't get picked for Four Nations, then he's kind of struggling. Like, the mental part of the game is real in all athletes, and especially elite athletes that are used to being, difference makers in the game. And when you're really not, it starts to get into your head a little bit. So I think that based on physical health, mental health, that little 2-week break that they were able to get for Robert Thomas, I think it just rejuvenated him. That Four Nations tournament was over. He could stop thinking about that and move forward. And now, Robert Thomas he's trying to get his team, the Blues, into a playoff push here come the end of the season and show everybody just truly the player that he is. So I think that there were some multiple things that were combined together to kind of slow him down. I think those things are now in the rearview mirror, and I think we're seeing exactly what we always thought we had in Robert Thomas.
The Blues projected lineup tonight, JR had it posted at JP Rutherford about 2 hours ago. Neighbors, Thomas Buchnevich, Holloway, Shen, and Kyrou, Joseph, Sundqvist, Bolduc, Toropchenko, Foxa, Walker, and then your defensive pairings, Fowler, Leddy, Broberg, Falk, Suter, Tucker, and then Binnington will be your goalie tonight, coming off a couple of days off. We will talk to Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, next. We'll continue our Blues conversation with him, take a peek at tonight's game as well with Kerbs next on 101 ESPN.
Jamie Rivers back with you here. I'm joined by my great friend Katie from Elite Comfort Experts. And Katie, we talked about this before off the air, but most people don't want to have a relationship with an HVAC company. They fear it's a big expense. Tell me your thoughts on this.
Well, unfortunately, you're right. Most people do think this way, and it hurts them in the long run. But it's mainly due to lack of knowledge. You get the oil change in your car, which is a mechanical component. Why wouldn't you have a mechanic come out and take a peek at your HVAC system? A typical heating and cooling system lasts 15 to 25 years, depending on factors like the quality of the system. And then, of course, is how well is it maintained. The key is truly how well it's maintained. We've got a 24-point inspection that can help to extend the life of your system up to an unknown number of years. But it also saves you on your utility bills so that we know that it's running efficiently. And it just gives you peace of mind knowing that you're in good hands and that your HVAC system is running the way it should.
That's exactly why you should call Elite Comfort Experts or at least visit their website. They're the best in the business. There's no gimmicks, just guarantees from all of them. I know them personally, and they're going to take great care of you, and customer service is at the forefront of everything they do. So again, please visit EliteComfortExperts.com. That's EliteComfortExperts.com. Katie, thank you so much for your time, as always.
Thanks, Jamie. Go Blues.
Hey, folks, it's that time of the year. It's starting to feel warm again, and you know what that means? That means you've got to make sure that your air conditioning unit is getting ready to go. Beat the rush. Get it serviced now. Get it serviced over the next couple of weeks. How do you do that? You call Classic Air Care or you go to Classic Air Care. Look, they're made up of your neighbors, the entire workforce. They work around you. They want to do a great job. They do such a great job. They've got a 4.8 Google rating, and you can see all the reviews right at the top of their website at classicaircare.com. How about this one? Mike Stein and his entire team, service professionals and office staff member, were kind, caring, professional, and treated me as a valued customer. They addressed all my concerns, and I will forever be grateful and continue to have them service my new HVAC system for the years to come. Get one of their membership programs. That way you know that they'll be in, they'll be out, once in the spring, once in the fall. You get priority scheduling when it comes to repairs being needed. You can even have filters delivered to your house. They make it easy for you, and they want your home comfortable. That's what they do. Go to ClassicAirCare.com, set up an appointment today, or you can give them a call as well, and a live person's going to answer the phone for you there as well. ClassicAirCare.com. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. You just heard it. The Blues take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. Puck drop is at 6. We'll talk with Chris Kerber next right here in the Fast Lane and go over some Blues topics. Once again, Blues Penguins tonight right here on 101 ESPN. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The Blues take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. And then Chris Kerber will be on the call right here on the Blues Radio Network, 101 ESPN. And he joins us via the Callier and Thompson phone line. What's up, Kerbs?
Anthony, how are you today?
Doing great. Doing real good. I had asked this of Jamie, and I'm interested in your thoughts as well. So Robert Thomas has been outstanding for the Blues over his last 13 games. He's got 15 points, 5 goals, 10 assists. Was it just a matter of Robert Thomas becoming completely healthy off of that broken foot that we're now seeing the production that we all expect out of Robert Thomas?
Well, you know what? The one thing about that I've learned in the game of hockey is never underestimate the impact an injury might have on somebody. And these guys, what they play through and what you find out they were dealing with. You find out like 4 months into the season that a guy's been dealing with a torn hip labrum, right? And he's trying to skate and can't turn to the left. Now, that's not Robert Thomas, but you never really know. So what they're willing to battle through really is impressive. So I'm sure that part of what happened with him after starting the season off really well had to deal with that injury and getting, your foot comfortable in a big, thick boot, or once again, maybe blocking shots off the boot. But I think the other part of it is just him kind of getting comfortable with Jim Montgomery's systems, the asks, and honestly, maybe even just getting more comfortable with the amount of pressure. I don't really like that word pressure. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is, but with the getting more comfortable in the role of him being the number one center. And I think you're starting to see that. I had a great conversation with them this morning. I said, you remember one of your first face-offs against Sidney Crosby? He says, yeah, I think it was here in Pittsburgh. And it was a center ice draw for whatever reason. So I don't know if I started or it was after a goal. He goes, I didn't touch his stick or the puck. I go, well, what do you try to do now? He goes, now I still try not to just get embarrassed by him. So there's he's figuring it out. But the other players around him are as well. And I really do think that he's one of these guys that has benefited over the last 10 games of complete lineup consistency. And I think that's got to be a big part of it.
Hey, Kerbs, this is a weird kind of long, extended road trip for the Blues. They went Dallas, then the week out west in Southern California, back home for 4 days, but then back on the road now to start this 2-game segment with Pittsburgh and Minnesota. What are your thoughts on the Blues right now? Like, sometimes that break can cause a pause in the intensity. In your opinion, what do we need to see from the Blues in the first period here to keep this momentum going?
Jimmy, you sound like you're right next door.
I might be, Kerbs. I should have just had you come and sit next to me to do this.
You know what? I think in talking to Jim Montgomery, as you did this morning and all, I think, and it's frankly something that he's preached really from the start. The start of this game is going to be important. They've got to come out. They've got to be ready to go. And, yeah, there have been some games recently where maybe the Blues have fallen down behind 1-0. The biggest difference between now versus, say, 20 games ago is they're not dropping their heads and the score is becoming 2-0 or 3-0. They're doing a good job containing it. Having said that, they know that Sidney Crosby is going to get out there about every third shift through the first 9 minutes or 10 minutes of the game to get him going. They know they're going to have to contend with him. He's been on fire again. He's got 4 goals in his last 2 games, 2 goals in each of the 2, still averaging 19, 20, 21 minutes a game and just completely dominant even in his 19th season and once again hit the 70-point plateau. It really is quite impressive, but you're going to have to be ready for them. But this is a Pittsburgh team that has given up a ton of goals lately on home ice. I mean, they're one of the worst, if not the worst statistically, home team in the National Hockey League this season. So if the Blues can use their speed, if the Blues can get in on their defense a little bit, and if they can pump some shots on Tristan Jarry and maybe make him doubt himself a little bit, I think the start's going to be absolutely huge and critical to it. So I kind of like this team coming out of breaks, to be honest with you, Jamie. I don't know where you're at on that, but the style of play, you've got 5 guys with over 100 hits. It's a physical style of play. It's every now and then I think the rest is good. But you saw this morning, they had an optional skate, and 16 of the skaters went out for an optional skate. It was pretty impressive.
Coach, we just had this question amongst us. If you were to exclude the first line, which of these lines do you think is the most important for this team to continue their success?
If you exclude the first, which one are you counting as the first line?
Well, Thomas, Who was it? Thomas Buchnevich and Neighbors.
Thomas Neighbors and Thomas Neighbors and Buchnevich.
Yep.
Yeah, to me, then honestly, I'll go. The real easy answer for me is very simply the second line. Now, Jordan Kyrou's only got one goal in his last 9 games, but he does have a handful of assists in there. But prior to them settling in on Jake Neighbors on that top line, and prior to them really settling in to getting Oscar Sundqvist regular at center on that third, and then the WTF line, that second line was your most consistent line for quite a while. That second line, at least the way it's listed on the lineup sheet of Holloway, Shen, and Kyrou, has been the one line that Jim Montgomery's probably gone with more than any other combination since he took over as head coach. So if Pittsburgh or if on Saturday night Minnesota, if they say, hey, we're going to key in on Thomas, right, then that Shen line, like if that Thomas line ends up even, then that Shen line's got to be positive or plus. And then to me, the other one, a little off the wall, I know you're probably thinking forward lines, but for me, defensively, the Falk-Broberg pairing is going to have to stay dominant. Justin Falk's been over 21 minutes, like for 9 straight games or something like that. And Philip Broberg is coming out of this break. He went home to Sweden, actually, during the break. Did some training with his off-season trainer there. He says he feels great. He's been fantastic. So, to me, that top defensive pairing is going to have to stay dominant.
Chris Kerber joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. A couple more things for Kerbs. You had mentioned Sidney Crosby earlier when you're telling a story about Robert Thomas, Kerbs. Can you kind of put into perspective what Sidney Crosby has meant to hockey? Because I know we could do it with Gretzky. I know we could do it with Hall. I know we could do it with Ovi. What about Sidney Crosby?
Well, I think he's got to be right up there with him. I'm still one, and I think now at this point, just because I like to convince myself to believe it, I still believe that the draft where Sidney Crosby was picked first overall was probably the most rigged draft in the history of the draft. Because if you go back, listen, he saved a franchise, guys. He did. He saved a franchise and a fantastic hockey market. There were suitors to buy this team. There were suitors to buy this team and move it. They were looking to Kansas City. You had some guys with monopoly money, some guys with other types of yen, and some guys with money that who knows where they got it, and they ended up not going that way. Mario Lemieux kind of steps in, ends up being part of the ownership group. But it was coming out of that 04-05 lockout that Sidney was drafted first overall. Now, in all fairness, the Penguins were not good. The Penguins had a really good chance at the first overall pick anyway. But the way the draft worked back then is basically everybody. Because of the whole season, every single franchise had a chance at the first overall pick. And to simplify it, if each team had 3 ping pong balls, if you made the playoffs in 03-04, you lost one of them. So say the Blues lost one in that one. Or if you had drafted first overall in the previous 5 years, you lost one of them. Well, the Penguins had drafted first overall, but they didn't lose the ping pong ball. The Florida Panthers lost the ping pong ball because it was Florida's pick. Florida traded that pick with Pittsburgh, right? And so Florida lost the ping pong ball. But the league needed Crosby here. Once he got here, it took off. They get the draft. They get Malkin. They get Crosby. Third round, they get Letang. And they had Marc-Andre Fleury picked, as I said, with that first overall pick. Like these things were in place. And then what he's done has just been spectacular. And, guys, this is one thing that I absolutely love about the NHL. I mean, I guess there's always – there might be some exceptions, but the superstars in the game of hockey, they're accessible. They're there. I mean, Sidney Crosby, anytime you go into that locker room after a practice, he's sitting in a stall waiting to talk to the media and people that come in, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I went 8 years covering this team when Detroit had all those studs, and that room was never open when those studs were in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
Never saw him in there. Well, Sidney Crosby is. He's just, for a guy that's just moving up the list, just a phenomenal career. The fact that he can still do this and have 70 points, and that's what amazes me, guys. This is what I long for St. Louis Blues fans. I hope that Dvorsky or Snuggerud, maybe it's Thomas still, maybe it's Kyrou, I don't know. But I hope that at some point they end up with not just the come-out-of-your-seat player, because I think we had that with the way Vladimir Tarasenko could snipe, right? But man, we haven't had a superstar since Brett Hull, and we are due. And it doesn't have to be first overall. Maybe he comes in the first round, second round. I don't care. But holy cow, to watch what he's done for 19 years here is really impressive. And, guys, I'll tell you what, if Pittsburgh doesn't look like they're going to turn this thing around, I hope they trade him. I mean, I know they can't this year, but next year, if they start to struggle, move Sidney Crosby where he gets a chance to win another cup.
There you go. Well said. Kerbs will be listening tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your week and your weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, have an awesome week, and Jamie, see you in the lobby.
You got it, buddy.
See you, Kerbs.
Yes.
All right, see you. That's Chris Kerber here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Well, we got Jamie for one more segment. So we're going to get a couple of things out of the way. We're going to do Bet the Board. We're going to do Jamie's Keys to Victory. And we'll do Light the Lamp all next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you're looking for new windows, then look no further. Window Nation has you covered. Their affordable, high-quality, energy-efficient windows will keep the costly heat or air inside, lower your monthly utility bills, keep your home comfortable all year. How affordable is it? Well, right now, you get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Plus, with 0 down, no payments or interest for 2 years, you can get new windows installed in 1 day and not pay anything until 2027. Imagine what you could do with all that extra money in your pocket. Hurry, the offer ends soon, so don't miss out on your chance to take advantage and get those new windows. Window Nation, all they do is windows. They are experts. You give them a call today, 866-90-NATION, or visit them online at windownation.com. They will install that window, as I said, in a day or less, and all of their windows come with a lifetime warranty. So get your free, no-obligation quote today, 866-90-NATION, online at windownation.com. Again, that's 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. Pay nothing, no interest, no payments until 2027. Schedule that in-home estimate right now, 866-90-NATION, or online at windownation.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Penguins, Blues tonight, pregame at 5 o'clock. The puck will drop at 6 o'clock. Jamie, what are your keys to victory tonight for the Blues?
Early start, get going, man. You've had 4 days off. You want to try and recapture that intensity that you had this last West Coast swing. For me, all that includes is getting the pucks in deep, getting on the forecheck. The Blues have been at their best when they're heavy on the forecheck. All three lines going, getting in there. Defense being aggressive at the offensive blue line, keeping pucks alive in the O zone, keeping pucks along the wall, capitalizing upon mistakes. Tristan Jarry spent most of the season down in the American Hockey League, so let's get some pucks on him, make him move side to side. He doesn't have great footwork in the crease. He's got pretty good reaction skills, but his footwork is lackluster. So get him moving, find some holes in his game. Force him to play the puck, too. Get it in. Play the puck. Anthony, you've seen his puck handling skills.
No
They're
doubt.
fantastic for the other team.
He knows how to feed the puck tape to tape, especially when the game's on the line.
Yeah, especially in the playoffs. Fantastic. But no, those are kind of the things for me is everything on your toes, everything moving forward. I'm not going to worry about defending lines, defending blue lines. Get it in, go to work, run the piss out of them in their own building, and take control of this game early.
All right, those are keys to victory. Why don't we light that lamp?
When a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
Marsh, what's our latest standings?
All right, so with Zach Bolduc scoring the other night in Anaheim, Carey has taken the lead once again. Carey now has 17 points.
Wow.
I have 15. Anthony, you have 10. And Jamie has 9.
Rough.
All right, Carey.
All right. You know what? Give me Zach Bolduc again.
I don't blame you, Carey.
Yeah. Ride the hot guy. That's what DeMarco Farr once said.
Oh, yeah.
Got to do it.
Words to live by.
Marshy?
Let's go with Oscar Sundqvist.
Oh, my.
Against his former
Off
team?
the board.
Former team. Maybe it hits off a shin pad or something, or he gets a deflection. Who knows? Or maybe he just snipes one.
Maybe.
Bolduc tips it in.
No.
That's what I think.
I'm not going to do what you guys all think I'm going to do.
Yes, you are.
And take Jordan Cairo.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to take Robert the Thomas, who's been hot.
You going in a different direction?
Give me Robert the Thomas for a goal tonight.
I'm shocked.
All right, this player has been all over the ice recently. Watching him shoot pucks this morning, I was like, there's no way he doesn't score tonight. He might even score more than one tonight.
Whoa.
Dylan Holloway, please.
Dylan Holloway for Jamie.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, from light the lamp to bet the board. Jamie had a nice play last night.
Nice. I know, boys. Keep scratching and clawing.
Yeah, I mean, for you to take an overtime game, to choose the a heavily loaded odds for a game, a National Hockey League game, to go to overtime,
Yep.
take some huevos rancheros. And
really
you, my
amazing.
friend, have those huevos rancheros because that actually hit last night for you.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it late last night, too.
It's unbelievable how you're able to have plays like that. So you had the overtime for Canucks and Flames.
Amazing.
And sure as hell, it went to overtime.
Went to a shootout.
But yeah.
We were confused when we heard the pick. I'm
Right.
Like, that's a
Like, what
weird
is he
pick.
thinking?
What does he know?
Sometimes I just got a feeling, guys.
Jamie and I were the only ones to hit our plays last night.
I hit mine.
And Marsh. You got to let me finish, Marsh.
I always do.
Okay.
What's the latest standings?
You don't have to read that.
All right. I have 6 points. Anthony, you have 5 points. Jamie has 3 points. And Carey has 2.
Ouch.
I haven't
Wait, I've
won
got
one.
4. I've got 4 points.
You do have 4 points. Pardon me. Sorry, I
Yeah.
just completely forgot that that game went to overtime. I was hoping it didn't.
Trying to keep the man down, are you, hey, Marshy?
I think we've lifted you up plenty.
More than enough.
Sorry, PD Parlay, Kerry Davis.
All right, Marshy.
All right, Carey's going to hate this, but I'm going back to the Carey Davis model. Carey, you want to say my pick? No, you probably already know what it is.
I don't know.
Just say it.
I don't know.
Just give me something.
Give you the Sacramento Kings +7.
No, that's not it. It's Steph Curry, 37-plus points, rebounds, and assists.
He's terrible. He's a terrible person. I thought he was a good guy. This entire time, I have thought that Marshy was a good guy. He's a terrible individual. He really is. That's why he beats the hell out of good guys. Yes. He's a terrible person. That's why he beats them up.
Is this true, Marsh?
Yes. We got our answer.
I think I'm a good person.
I'm a good person. I pay my taxes.
Yeah.
All right, so
he's
Marsh
not a good
is
guy.
taking, I guess, Carey's pick again. It's ironic, though, Carey. You said you're like Sacramento +7. That's
Yeah.
my pick.
Is it?
Give me the Kings +7 tonight. Kings
Really?
+7 against the Warriors. I think that.
Wow,
I think that
Anthony, you
line's too
took
high.
Carey's pick.
No, I didn't take his pick. He's a Warriors fan.
It's terrible.
Horrible.
Jamie?
Yeah, this is going to be weird, guys. I'm going to go with a power play point. And it's a guy named Connor McDavid.
What has he ever done?
He's at these. Yeah, he's at half a power play point for the game. I'm going to take the over, which sits at +130.
Okay. And now to Carey.
Give me the Golden State Warriors -7. That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
This isn't spite.
It's not spite. That's where I was going.
Okay, all right.
I tried to give it to him so it could become spite.
I gotcha. But this is.
it's actually a ricochet
this is
spite towards
spite.
you.
I don't know. It's
You know
like,
what? I don't
This is
feel-
like the wheel. I think it might come back to bite you.
I don't feel like it's spite. I feel
So
like
much
it's just
spite.
a head. It's a natural head-to-head.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It is what it is.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Jamie, we will see you tomorrow, my friend. Have a great call tonight for FanDuel Sports Network.
All right, boys. Hopefully we're talking about a big win tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt. Excellent. All right. That's Jamie Rivers, Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Why don't we do what's trending? Couple of huge moves for the Cardinals. Huge. Marsh will have them next on 101 ESPN.
All right, let's talk about Elite Comfort Experts. We just talked to Katie a couple of minutes ago, and she described, the spring cleaning and the maintenance and doing all these things and help you save on your bills later on. But let me tell you about what I know about Elite Comfort Experts. They are unbelievable with customer service. They want to earn your trust, too. They don't want to dig as far as possible into your wallet. That is not their style. They want to help you with your problem, get it fixed quickly, and make sure that you're completely satisfied. At Elite Comfort Experts, they truly do deliver real pricing and exceptional customer service. That's one thing you can count on with Elite Comfort Experts is that customer service. And it's a family-owned business, and they treat their clients just like family. So you know that you're getting the best deal from the best people and the best customer service. They are a BBB Torch Award winner for ethics, which is awesome, especially in this industry. That can be tough to do, but not for Elite Comfort Experts. So please take a moment, visit their website, contact them anytime you want. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. But you can always see them at EliteComfortExperts.com. Again, that's EliteComfortExperts.com.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Anthony, you alluded to it heading into the break. The Cardinals made a move. The first big league signing of the offseason. They were the last team to do so, and they get Phil Maton. Yeah. Nice. Maton will wear number 88. And they DFA'd Bailey Horn.
Well,
Bailey.
They got cash considerations, too, though, I think they traded him as well. I think they DFA'd him and then traded him.
What?
If I'm seeing the latest news. Yeah, they traded Bailey Horn to the Tigers for cash.
Nice. Kevin Cash?
No. He's with Tampa.
That's right.
Cash considerations. So
nice.
We're going to get money out of this. Not we. Not us.
Well, yeah, we're on the Blues payroll.
The Cardinals.
We're not on the Cardinals payroll.
Good call. The Cardinals are going to get cash considerations. Guys, this is huge. For a cash-strapped organization like the Cardinals, Nelly. You get money back for this guy.
Well, Phil Maton, though,
Phil Maton's a really good
pitcher.
signing. Yeah,
good pitcher, good signing.
In all seriousness, sarcasm aside, Phil Maton's a solid addition to this bullpen. Right-handed reliever for those that aren't up to speed on who Phil Maton is. He was traded from the Rays to the Mets in early July last year. 3-3, 3.66 ERA in 71 appearances. He had a 2.1, 2.52 ERA. So he's 2-1 with a 2.52 ERA in 31 games for New York after the Mets acquired him from the Rays at the deadline. He appeared in 6 postseason games for the Mets during that nice run by the Mets to the NLCS. I like it. I do. He became a free agent after the Mets turned down his option. And with the Cardinals losing Andrew Kittredge, this is a nice addition this late in spring training.
That probably fills that role that Kittredge did last year, who I thought did a great job, helped this team. Kept them in position to stay in games and win some games. So hopefully Phil Maton is able to do some of the same things here.
Plus, I thought there was something missing with this bullpen. They did not have enough dudes.
Is that what this team's missing?
Oh, I didn't say it's the only thing they were missing. I said it felt like something was missing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Do you think the Cardinals bullpen is going to produce the same results that they did last season? They had a pretty good bullpen.
They did. I guess the question, I won't say it's a concern. The question is, can Ryan Helsley be as good as what he was last year? And can you, of course, bridge the gap between starter to Helsley? But the bullpen was solid last year. The bullpen, every bullpen in Major League Baseball is volatile. Every single one. From year to year, to predict bullpen success is very difficult.
Yeah, because they stunk in 23.
Yeah.
I think they were leading the league in blown set. They stunk. Everybody took turns, too.
Yeah.
They all took turns blowing games. I felt bad for Ollie. You couldn't predict that.
No.
Guy pitches well in the 8th, and you know what? Our 9th inning guy stunk. Let's give him a try. No, he stinks in the 9th inning, too. And last year they were really good. So, I think it helps to score runs.
Nah.
Okay.
We've learned in spring training you don't need runs.
Yeah, you can tie
games.
You can't finish a game in regular season in a tie.
Well, you did today, though, Carey. And a tie's not a loss.
It ain't a win either.
So I've been told.
Right.
Wait, you don't have to score does the other team, do they lose runs?
No, let me clarify.
Okay.
You only need one. It's kind of like when you play golf.
They got one today.
You only need one golf ball.
How about that one?
To play around, all you need is one golf ball. So the Cardinals, all they need is one run to win a game.
You don't golf much.
I'm technically accurate in this.
You do need a golf ball to play the game of golf.
That's right.
If you're
you need one
Tiger
golf ball.
Woods or Phil Mickelson or,
I think my favorite thing that Carey has ever said and you say a lot of great things.
Oh,
No doubt.
Carey doesn't judge his game of golf based on his actual score. He judges it based on how many golf balls he does not lose.
If I can lose 2 to 3 balls, I had a damn good day.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Like,
What's your
I-
average?
Per
Per 18.
Probably 5 to 6. So if I can
So
lose
12.
Nah. If I lose 12, I had a really bad day. But if I only lose 2 to 3 balls, I had an outstanding. I don't even care what I shot. I was able to get my ball. I knew where it landed. I saw it, and I was able to hit the next shot. I had a good day. Now, if I have lost a lot, 8 to 10, a couple times. Clubs almost got snapped in process. Because blackout rage happens very quickly, 0 to 60. I don't have control over it sometimes, and so if I lose one shot, oh, that's gone. Next shot, oh, that one's gone too. Next shot. Okay, now now you're fast laning.
Now you're playing me.
Yeah. So 2 to 3 balls in 18 holes.
That's a good day.
What does it say about me that makes more sense than if I asked both you guys, hey, how'd you do today? You guys both went out golfing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you guys do today? Marsh's like, I shot I don't know, 85.
That'd be great.
90. shot a 93, right? Whatever.
Yeah, that sounds more likely.
And then you go, I only lost 3. That is more relatable.
Sounds
to
good,
me
man.
than I shot under 100 and all that, because you were probably cheating. Let's be honest.
I had a guy when I would have.
I don't. Are you saying I cheat at golf?
No, he's saying.
I'm
if
saying
someone
like
said
you in
that.
general. If you're like, I shot unless you golf all the time, like Danny Mac. Dan McLaughlin golfs a lot, right? If he tells me, hey, I shot this, I believe him.
Yeah.
But most of your buddies and stuff, I shot this, you lying sack of crap.
Yeah, we all know
But
a few
I feel
of
like
those.
you would be honest, Marsh.
Well, yeah, because I know what I shoot and I want to get better, and the best way to get better is to be honest with yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
you had a what, Kerry? You had a buddy that was like that?
Oh yeah, he didn't count how many times he teed off. Like he would tee off. Yeah, he didn't count it. He's like, that doesn't count. No, yeah, it does.
Sure as hell does.
you only get 1 breakfast ball.
Right.
You don't get 18 breakfast balls.
Every time. He's like, I wasn't counting those. Oh yeah, we're not counting your score anymore. You're out.
Yeah.
You're done. You're just out here for fun now, buddy. You've lost.
Yeah.
I think I was over here. Bloop. Found it. Well, that's not your ball. No, I switched it.
Oh, yeah.
Switch balls.
Your ball wasn't a range ball. We know what you're doing.
Do you think that the Cardinals had any pressure to make said signing?
So, Carey, you've got a little something for us from Tony Clark.
Yeah, there's an article.
Which I don't know how I interpreted this.
So CBS Sports has Cardinals hand out their first major league contract of the winter after Tony Clark says MLB is paying attention. And so there's an article talking about here coincidentally or perhaps not, Maton signing came soon after MLB PA Executive Director Tony Clark said the union is paying attention to teams that cut their spending like the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's what Tony Clark says. Rest assured, because we track all 30 teams all the time. When a team that has historically functioned in certain ways finds them functioning different, yeah, we pay attention to it. We pay attention to it.
My question is this. Is Tony Clark saying that as almost like a threat? Like, hey, we're paying attention to you. You're not spending. Because, go ahead.
Well, I think so. Because if this were the Pirates or a team that, that we have said time after time, they don't spend money, they're not trying to win, they're not. That team, that it is what it is. But I think if a team is historically trying to win, trying to put themselves in a position, and I'm sure that the memo was sent out. That's why it says, coincidentally or perhaps not, that the Cardinals signed a free agent, their first one, where you're actually actively trying to put someone on your team that could help you win a game or 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a coincidence, or is it? Because why would you do that all of a sudden when that has not been what you... Phil Maton has been there how long? How long has he been waiting?
Since the start of the offseason.
Okay, so why now? what happened over the last week or four to 5 days that made you say, you know what? You probably should sign somebody at this position.
There's just some pitchers, some young pitchers that we don't think are ready for the big league level yet.
Not fair.
And I think that we saw a guy out there who is major league ready and has a good back of his baseball card, and we thought maybe he'd fit in real well here in our bullpen. And we're just trying to make this team better because we're ready to compete.
Yeah, well said.
Thanks, Marshall.
Well said, Mo. If Major League Baseball is ticked off that a team like the Cardinals are not signing players, then they're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. You're not concentrating on the right thing then. You're not asking the right questions. If the Pittsburgh Pirates decide to sit on their money again, nobody says anything. But if the Cardinals do it, then Major League Baseball needs to say, timeout. Are we ushering the right, or do we have the right message to our fans about where we are as a league? Because if the Cardinals, and I don't blame them, the Cardinals say we need to change our philosophy here because we can't match up with the biggest teams in all of baseball to spend at their level, then we have to go the other route, which is we're not going to spend much and we're going to go draft and development. If Major League Baseball is ticked off at the Cardinals, they should be ticked off at themselves. That's my point on this. Major League Baseball should go fast lane themselves is basically what I'm trying to say.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, okay. I was going to disagree, but you said it very well.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
What I heard is that the Cardinals changed the game of baseball forever with signing Phil Maton. They changed it forever.
And it's not MLBP, it's MLBPA, so the Players Association. That's Tony Clark. He was the one that's saying they're paying attention to what the Cardinals are doing. So the Players Association is...
Yeah.
I don't know if I made that clear or not.
Yeah, Tony Clark is the head of the baseball.
Right.
Yeah. So... True, it's not Major League Baseball,
Correct.
but what I'm doing is I'm lumping both in. So if it's Rob Manfred or Tony Clark, I'm collectively. What I'm saying is the league and the players' union are screwing over the game for us.
See, I don't think it's the players. I don't think the players' union is part of that. I think the league is looking at it like, man, whatever. But I think the players' union is looking at it and saying, why are the Cardinals doing that?
Yeah, because they want their money.
The players union. Correct. Which is why Tony Clark would be saying, yeah, we're paying attention to it. So now, that's a team that's not trying.
Well, why don't you agree to a cap then, players union?
That's never going to happen, Anthony.
Tony Clark.
It is lawless.
How about you get a cap in place and Rob Manfred, why don't you get a floor in place? And then actually we can have an entertaining product. Anybody? No?
Nah.
Okay. Nah. So the rich just keep getting richer.
It's America, ain't it?
It is America.
Okay. Then what are you complaining?
But this is baseball.
Why are you complaining? And America, baseball is as American as American apple pie. Correct?
No.
Yeah. That's what I was told.
Not this baseball.
This is baseball.
This is not my baseball.
This is the national pastime.
My baseball
American as apple
has
pie.
Center fielders leading off, and guys may or may not be on something enhanced.
All right. My baseball, Anthony. My baseball, the players, their numbers are where they're batting in the order.
That's different.
I don't know. There's not enough numbers
That's interesting.
left.
My baseball is pitchers not just five and diving it all over the place, okay?
My baseball is guys getting on base, hitting the ball.
Okay.
Not striking out 155 times.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Around the diamond, we continue with another Cardinals pitcher next on 101 ESPN. Got a brand new Pathfinder from Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum yesterday. Man, I love these Pathfinders. I got the third row, but you can put the third row down if you need a little extra space. drives fantastic. And here's the thing with Auto Centers Nissan. During their Nissan Now sales event, yeah, they've got some great deals, which I'll tell you about in a second, but all 2025 Nissan models, like that Nissan Pathfinder that I'm driving right now, come with a free lifetime warranty and 3 free oil changes. Plus, you get the peace of mind when Auto Centers Nissan gives you that 30-day return promise. So within 30 days, if you're not completely in love with the vehicle, bring it back and they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Assuming, of course, you didn't, damage it or something. Over 800 new and used vehicles, all in one location out in Herculaneum. Heavily discounted prices on every vehicle in stock, so you can enjoy exclusive offers like $359 down and $359 per month on select new Kicks, or $449 down and $449 per month on select new Frontiers. And these aren't leases, and they're all available at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. So when you head out there, tell them Stalter sent you. Check them out online first at autocentersnissan.com.
Flying down to Florida for a spring training report on 101 ESPN. Our Redbird Spring Training Report is brought to you by Rawlings. Visit the all-new Rawlings experience at Westport Plaza today.
Let's go around the diamond with your St. Louis Cardinals.
Around the diamond, our latest Cardinal is Steven Matz. Oh, buddy, Steven Matz. What impact can this player bring to said Cardinals? If you were to say this is going to be the biggest impact that Steven Matz could make for the Cardinals, what is it?
I think I'm past the point of believing that he's an effective starting pitcher, but I think he can bring a great impact as a middle reliever in that role where either him or Liberatore play that kind of middle reliever role, not as you said, a fireman role, but just a guy that can come in after your starter gave you 5 solid innings, even though Anthony doesn't think 5 innings is enough for a starter.
It's not.
But come in and pitch 6 to 7
pitch, don't throw. Pitch, Carey. Pitch.
Okay, you're right.
Think the game through.
You don't
understand that you can't come out firing for 5 innings, wear yourself out, just looking for strikeouts, and then hand it over to the bullpen saying, I did my job. That's crap.
I got my guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think his greatest impact is that 6th, 7th inning guy. Because I don't know if he has I don't know if he has the ability to go 5 or 6 as a starter anymore. I haven't seen it in a few years. I know he had some good years his last year in Toronto, his year before he got here. But I don't know if that's who he is at this point in his career. What say you?
I think that if they don't, well, here's the absolute biggest impact that he could make for the Cardinals. He pitches fairly well, and he has trade value at the deadline, and the Cardinals trade him. The two things, though, might not be mutually exclusive, because if he pitches well and the Cardinals are still in quote-unquote contention, I don't think they'll trade him. So there's the... Because the Cardinals aren't... They don't make decisions, right? Like the Cardinals, I think... I'm just now realizing this, Carey. And please, give me your thoughts on this. I've often said the Cardinals are, specifically, they are risk-averse as an organization.
Okay.
The DeWitts, that includes the DeWitts as well. If there is a risk to be taken, the Cardinals often don't take said risk. That's not never. That's just often they don't. They're risk-averse, right?
I think they got burned by taking risks.
But yeah, the one risk that they took, they got burned, and they'll never do it again. I get it. But Carey, it just hit me because I'm slow.
Nah.
They don't like to make decisions
because they're afraid of the decision being made.
They like to just wait it, which is wait it out.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to go about life.
So you're going to sit there at the deadline. This is like best and worst case scenario, right? The good scenario, bad scenario. Good scenario is the Cardinals surprise. They surprise. They're better, not a lot better, but they're better than we all think, and they're in the wild card mix. Unlikely to win the division, but they're in the wild card mix. Okay, and the Cardinals the front office just sits at the deadline. So they don't trade Steven Matz. They don't trade Miles Michaelis. They don't trade some of the assets that have expiring contracts. All right, they don't do anything, and then they miss the playoffs or get bounced early. And again, you don't maximize the opportunity you had at the deadline.
I agree. Your best case scenario for your St. Louis Cardinals: Ryan Helsley pitches as great as he did last year. Nolan Arenado has a return to form of 2022. Steven Matz is the version that pick one, the Mets or the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Let's go Blue Jays.
All right, pick it. That Miles Michaelis is a number 2. Eric Fetty pitching like a number 1. And your St. Louis Cardinals are dead last in the division.
Right.
That is your... Somehow. And yet.
The youth... They're developing just fine.
That's your best. That's your
Which
best.
Makes
option.
no sense, by the way.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a scenario that everything works perfectly for the Cardinals, that's it.
They're the best last place team in the league.
Last place team in the entire world.
And they say we're going to sell off these assets.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because if all of those things happen that I just mentioned, and the Cardinals are within, I don't know, 5 games of a wild card spot. We still got a chance.
All right, back to Steven Matz. What's your biggest question mark surrounding this player?
Can we all say it? Can we all say it at the same time?
Yep. Marsha, you ready?
Biggest question mark.
Biggest question mark.
One word.
3, 2, 1. Health.
Woo!
Wow,
Look
nice
at us.
job, guys. Nice job.
Look at us. That is.
I'm glad you said one word.
One word. That's why I said one word. I didn't want you to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Injury prone. Whatever.
And this question is actually, it's worded perfectly. What is your biggest question mark surrounding this player?
Yeah.
Because to me, health isn't a concern.
No.
Like, what's your biggest concern with Steven Matz? My biggest concern is nothing.
That sounds terrible.
Nothing. Actually, I take that back. Take 2 on this. My biggest concern on Steven Matz is that he blocks a young, promising pitcher.
Is that he's really good at starting rotation?
Yeah, and even that is not a concern if he's helping the Cardinals win games and they're surprising. Because I don't want to just take that off the table. I really don't. I don't want to be one of these fans that's just all about, well, just trade everybody so that, I don't want them to win because then they can't trade everybody. No, I want the Cardinals to win. I want them to surprise. It's way more fun to sit here on these airwaves when you, the listener, are excited about your Cardinals. And you, the listener, have been right there with us all offseason, complaining about the direction of the club, and then you, the listener, can look at us and say, hey, you guys didn't believe.
Told you.
And you guys are hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like, that is my vision. That's my best vision. You, the listener, get to be the biggest hypocrites. We admit that we're wrong about the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are in contention. That is what I want. I want to be able to watch baseball, even if I know the stupid Dodgers are going to win it all again.
Well, no.
But I want the Cardinals to be in contention. It's not fun to talk about bad baseball and the deadline being a seller. Realistically, well, you've heard our realistic takes.
Yeah. I mean, again, I hope that they surprise us. I would love nothing more than, one of the Redbirds to talk crap about our station and tell us those guys don't know anything. They're the most, they're the dumbest group of people. Look where we ended up. Great. We had a great season.
Well, they might be onto something about the dumbest group of people.
Yeah,
sure.
Could be onto something.
Yeah. I want somebody to write an email that said, I switched stations. This may be the worst show I've ever heard. They don't back any of their thoughts up with stats or facts. You have lost a 10-year listener. Just horrendous. Especially cocky, fat A Stalter. That type of email is what I want.
Why would anybody send that? That sounds very specific.
Well, no, I'm just giving an example of that's what we want.
It looked like you were reading something over there.
Just flipping through my live reads, that's all. Yeah, I'm just flipping through my live because we got Stewie coming up, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
This is my live read folder.
Okay.
Yep.
Seemed very spot on.
Well, no, again, I'm just trying to provide you a...
Well, why would anyone ever say that?
Because they felt it. They felt it, and then they're excited about the Cardinals winning.
We gave a stat yesterday.
A stat, 4 hours. 4 hours, we gave a stat.
We gave a stat yesterday.
I told you, when I had all those stats on the Blues.
Why do you live?
I did it in 45 seconds. It took me 4 days to compile them. 45 seconds worth of stats. I gave you all those stats. It wasn't worth it.
Do you remember any of them?
No. It's over. It was just a short period of time. Like, they're all outdated now.
I loved the stat. It was awesome. I don't remember what it was.
But it was great.
But it was great. You did a great job.
Thanks, man.
Should call you Anthony Statler.
There
Those
you go.
stats that you're providing.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right. Don't forget, we need a new Gauntlet contestant. We need a new Gauntlet contestant. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to participate in the Gauntlet, you can do so at 4 o'clock, but you got to text in first. Why don't we talk about the Blues? We've heard the players buying in. We've heard the culture change. We've heard the locker room's a lot better, all that stuff, right? Like, they're winning. But is it the coach or the players when it comes to buy-in? That's next on 101 ESPN.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then You spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? This week only, all Pro Elite wash items and accessories are buy one, get one half off. That's car wash, tire cleaner, leather cleaner. All buy one, get one half off. Sponges and towels, we've got dual weave, waffle weave, whatever weave you want. Accessories too. Pro Elite floor mats, car covers, and more. Any Pro Elite item, buy one, get one half off. This week only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I always love having my guy Stewie on the line right now. I always love learning new things, and he's always got stuff to teach us. So, Stewie, what can you teach us about home equity lines of credit, and what do we need to know?
Anthony, a lot of people are saying, I want to get some cash out of my house. I go to the bank. They give me a home equity line of credit. It's easy, simple. Well, not so easy, not so simple. A home equity line of credit is basically a credit card on your house. The interest you pay, there's no minimum or maximum. So you can end up with a 15% interest rate, a 30% interest rate, a 10% interest rate. It fluctuates with no caps. Now, if you're in a situation where you have a $400,000 mortgage and you're at 3% and you need 10 or 20 grand, okay, good idea. But if you owe $50,000 or $100,000, or you need $200,000 or $300,000, and the average amount between the two combined is going to be way, way high, you're better off to give up the lower interest rate and get a regular 30-year fixed mortgage. Don't mess with those home equity lines of credit. They fluctuate, interest only, and after a period of time, you got to pay it back at an exorbitant interest rate. So be smart. Ask the questions to the experts of whether you should or shouldn't get those home equity lines of credit. There are better ways if you're getting large amounts of money than just getting that line of credit.
This is what you get when you call Jamie and my guy Stewie at 314-324-4440, or you Google the Bagel Loan to get his information. It's not just, and you may have known some of that, right? But Stewie is locked and loaded, ready to go on things like where the interest rates might be going, what the Federal Reserve is doing. It's not just home loans. It's also refis and debt consolidation. He can help you with all of it, and he can save you a ton of money in the process. So, again, call my guy Stewie, 314-324-4440, or Google the Bagel Loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals with their first free agent signing of the year. The Cardinals have signed right-handed pitcher Phil Maton to a one-year contract. Maton had a 3.66 ERA in a combined 71 games for the Mets and Rays in the 2024 season. We talked about that earlier in the show. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. The Blues take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. An early pregame for you starting at 5. Puck drop will be at 6. We're going to dive into your Blues next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
of time over the last week or so talking about the Blues and their buy-in and how things have clicked for them, and the players have really discussed this, which is why it has opened up the door for us to have conversations about how the culture is better now with the Blues, and certainly this team is obviously playing much better. So is it the coach or is it the players who need to buy in? For me, City, it's both. It has to be both. But it does start, in my opinion, with the coaches, because they have to outline what the expectations are, and they have to give you some direction. I don't think the players buy into a bad coach. Are there locker rooms, are there teams that have galvanized without their head coach? Yeah, the 1994 New York Rangers are a perfect example. They galvanized together. They essentially said, to hell that we'll do this by ourselves. Mm-hmm. I'm not overlooking that, okay? But I think in most cases, not the exceptions, but in most cases, if you have a coach that believes in you, gives you clear direction, gives you a clear role, it's a little easier to buy in. You got to have a little success, but then I think the players buying in comes next. You need both, but I think it starts with the coach.
I think you have to have the correct coach in place, but I think it's on the players, because I think Craig Berube's message was clear and concise, but the players didn't buy in.
Yeah, fair point.
Think Drew Bannister's message, to a degree, was clear and concise. I think he went about his business the way, not in the same manner, but getting the message out and talking to the players and getting the players to do what he thought was best. I think they both did a great job of that, but the players chose, for whatever reason, at that point, not to buy in, which meant both of those guys lost their jobs because of it.
Yeah.
These are essentially the same players. The coach has changed, but I don't know that the message is that much different than those two coaches in the past. So I think the response from the players, for whatever reason, is different. Mm-hmm. And even with Monty, to start the year off, this team was a team that couldn't win 3 in a row. So you got 3 coaches probably essentially saying the same thing, maybe in different ways. I'm sure it's not all the same message said the same way, but it is generally the same message. If you notice a team is not playing hard, they're not starting off the game in the right way, if they're not back checking, playing a 200-foot game, they're not getting after pucks, getting bodies to bodies and getting sticks on sticks. Mm-hmm. You're constantly saying that, but the team is not responding. So for me, I feel like it was the players that made a decision. Well, damn, guys, this is our third coach. The message has pretty much been the same throughout, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, maybe we should try doing it. Okay, let's try it. And they've done it, and they've had success. So for me, it always comes back to players, because they're the ones on the ice. They're the ones on the field. They're the ones on the court. As a coach, I can only give you so much information before it becomes information overload. Sure. Yeah. So at some point, you as a player have to decide, and not just one player, not two, collectively decide, this is how we're going to play the game. This is what is being asked of us. When are we going to do it? And maybe, just maybe, if we do it, we'll have success. And I think that that's where they are now.
Yeah, I also think when you, and like you mentioned, Carey, it seems like the message was clear and concise from all of these coaches. But once you start to win games, then that buy-in becomes a little bit easier, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're seeing, okay, this works. Let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And maybe there is some X's and O's that are different, from Berube to Bannister now to Montgomery. And maybe for this group of guys, they're buying into this type of hockey. We're not in the locker room. We have no idea.
Right.
But I think when you start to win games, and you've heard Robert Thomas say before, I think that we've been playing good hockey. We weren't getting we weren't getting the results. Mm-hmm. But now they are getting the results, and they're playing, I don't want to say carefree, but they're having fun.
Yeah.
And I think it starts with that. And I think it helps that Jim Montgomery has been here before, and we've talked with Monty. We talk with him every week. He's a very easy person to get along with, easy person to listen to.
And respect.
And he's a guy that you don't want to disappoint. I'm not saying that's the case that's not the case with Berube or Bannister or whatever, but it just seems like it's a little bit different now, and they're buying in, but I do think it has to, with the head coach.
But you guys know, even if you're in, Kerry, you played at a professional level, but Marsh, you played hockey for a long time. I played baseball and football. You know that there are certain coaches that just have a way of talking to you you. And if you even go beyond the ice, the field, the diamond, you get into a classroom. There was just certain teachers that they could, the 5 teachers could present the same information, right? But the one that somehow gets that connection with you will draw the most out of you. So I wonder, and I thought you brought up a fantastic point, Kerry, about Chief, about Craig Berube. That was a different team when they won the Cup, though, to some level, you know? And they were good after that. They were good going into the bubble. And things started to deteriorate when I think it became more Kyrou and Thomas's show and they got paid. I wonder early on if the message was better for some of the more veteran players. And then as time wore on, for whatever reason, even if it was a great message from Chief, it was falling on deaf ears. Now, maybe that proves your point that it is the players, but for whatever reason, Montgomery, I mean, Kyrou has been at his best, not only this year, but in Montgomery's first stint as an assistant. Kyrou's been his best under Jim Montgomery. So I wonder if this group needed somebody like Montgomery to set the expectations. And then you're right. If the players don't buy in, forget it. Ain't going to matter.
We got a text here from the 618. So up until now, the players haven't tried?
No. That's not what anybody's saying.
That's not what I don't think that's
a
what we're
gross
exaggeration
exaggeration of what we're saying. Yeah. That has no context to it.
Correct. You can try, but you may not be playing the game that is best for the team. I'm doing the best that I think I can do, but that's not what the team needs. The team needs you to do this, and you're doing that.
Yeah, it
you're
wasn't
still
clicking.
Working hard, but you're not working hard in a team fashion, and this is what I need you to do, because we got guys that can do a multitude of things, but collectively, if we're all working in the same way and under the same game plan, hustling, getting back, checking, doing all of the things that are required, then that's when we become a better team. Not just, well, I'm going to sit over here and do my part, but not be, locked in and engaged with the entire team. And I think right now, when you're watching this team, they're all playing hard. They're all, what a shot is being shot. Hell, I'll take it. I'll block this one. Next guy, you block. All right, it's my turn. And there's something that you don't want to be the guy to let the group down.
Right.
That's the part that I think that this team has now that I don't think that they had before. When you see guys stepping in front of shots and trying to block them anyway, because I'm not going to let you well, you see what I did? Yeah, you get in. Okay, well, watch me now. It's a competitive nature, and you don't want to be the guy that is standing there when the shot is being taken and you're on film and you don't put your body in the way or on the line for the team.
Sure.
And so it just becomes contagious amongst everyone. And now we're all doing our part and doing the little things and showing more effort, more energy. And that's how you win games.
Yeah, if it was just an effort thing, then CD's, and I don't mean this is, I mean, I'm serious, then CD's Illini would have won more than they did when CD was there, because I know CD's, as a leader, you were given ultimate effort.
Everything.
Yeah. But it didn't click, whether it's coaching or not having the right mix of players. Either way, so no, we're not going back to that text. It's not just an effort thing.
I also think you have to have a personal relationship with. If you're a coach, I think you should have a personal relationship with your players. If you're a player, I think you should get to know your coach to that personal level, because then, like we've been talking about, it makes you want to go out there and play not only for your teammates but for your coach too. The whole staff is a part of it. You're all a part of the team. Each person has a job. You talk about going into the classroom and whatnot. Some of the best coaches are teachers. Some players might not look at them as coaches and just pounding the table and telling you what to do and whatnot. They're teaching you the game and working with you. I had a math. We all hate math here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hate it. Yep. Don't like it at all. I had a math teacher in high school who, after every lesson, each lesson, there was a story that was being told throughout the entire semester, and it accumulated throughout the entire semester till the very end of it. This whole lesson was to be learned, not only in math, but as a person. It was really cool. It was one math class that I actually liked, but that was because the teacher made it fun.
Sure, and probably relatable in some respect.
Very relatable
for you guys. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, it makes a difference. The right teacher, the right coach makes a huge difference. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, Anthony Stalter. We're going to play Hot Take or Hot Garbage next. So if you have a Hot Take or Hot Garbage statement, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, Hot Take or Hot Garbage next.
Fellas, it's Kerry Davis, and if you haven't done so yet, what are you waiting for? You need to get you some Blue Chew. Go to BlueChew.com and get a great offer, a free. How about free? You can go to Blue Chew and get your first month free when you use our promo code WXOS at checkout and pay just $5. BlueChew.com, promo code WXOS. Receive your first month free, and then you know it. You can chew it and do it. Your partner, yeah, they want you to try Blue Chew. They want you to do whatever you can do to make your sex life better, and Blue Chew is your secret weapon for the bedroom or wherever you want to get it on. We know the pro athletes. We used to train. I used to train every single day. Well, what if you could improve your performance in the bedroom? No training required. That's why you need to go to BlueChew.com. Turn oh no into oh yes. Getting ready for work, you probably have a coffee. You have dinner with your in-laws, maybe a little something stronger. But when it's time to get hot and heavy in the bedroom, yep, the only thing you need is Blue Chew. Right now, again, that offer, great offer. You can go get BlueChew.com, get your first month free when you use our promo code WXOS. That's BlueChew.com, and you'll be ready to chew it and do it.
Hot take. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Kerry Davis. I almost said Jamie Rivers. Jamie Rivers not here. Tonight he'll be on FanDuel Sports Network as the Blues take on the Penguins. Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Time for Hot Take or Hot Garbage. This is when you send in a statement and we discuss whether or not it's a hot take or hot garbage. Pretty simple concept. Think true or poo.
It's different. It's way different.
Way different.
All right, let's start with the 314. Hot take or hot garbage. Mizzou does not make it to the Sweet 16.
I think that is hot garbage. And I'm sure the comment is based on how they've played defensively. But I think Dennis Gates will, heading into the tournament, I think Dennis Gates will fix some areas of concern defensively. The other thing is, this Mizzou team is going to be so battle-tested playing the SEC. I don't see a ton of opponents matching them up well in the first two rounds where they wouldn't make it to the Sweet 16. So I'm going to say hot garbage.
And I didn't text that in, just so we were clear.
Wasn't Kerry's number?
Nope.
Okay.
You need an answer?
Yeah. Oh, we're playing hot take or hot garbage.
Hot.
Say what you feel.
Hot garbage.
No, that's not what you.
Yeah, I don't.
No
winking.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, the snake pit just saw that. Like, what? How do you feel?
They're losers of their last 3. They're losers of 4 of their last 5. They were playing really well. I don't know what happened.
Probably the BKO.
Oh, did BK do that to them too? He's a Mizzou grad.
Sure he did.
I don't think he would do that to Mizzou.
He was probably he was probably coming from a good place. It wasn't intentional. He didn't plan to have Colton Borrego out 6 weeks.
No,
I did tell him, he can't wear that conductor hat anymore.
Yeah.
Did it burn? Did we burn it?
No, it's still right here. I don't know why it's still here.
Yeah.
It's like the Annabelle doll.
I'm not touching that thing.
No.
I don't know, man. They're losers. I don't want not losers, but they've lost 4 of their last 5. And
are they going to the Sweet 16 or not?
Anthony. Hot take.
All right, thanks. That's what we thought all along.
From the Mizzou hater.
Yep. Yeah. All right, we'll move on. This one comes from the Skull Man. Hot take or hot garbage? Aaron Rodgers will be a Minnesota Viking next season.
Hot garbage.
Hot take. He's on the Brett Favre plan. Leave Green Bay. Well, they hire your backup. They draft your backup in the first round.
You get poop in your pants.
You start stinking it up. You go to the Jets. The Jets. Mm-hmm. And then you go to Minnesota.
Yep.
Then you get injured in the NFC Championship game because the New Orleans Saints are trying to take you out. Wasn't that team?
It was, but he didn't get injured. He threw a back-breaking interception.
Well, they were trying to injure him.
They definitely were trying to injure. Yeah, they were trying to injure everybody that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, truth be told. I say hot garbage.
Thank you.
Aaron is a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he goes to camp battling Mason Rudolph.
Oh, that makes my stomach hurt.
Can I throw out another scenario for everybody?
Sure.
I don't know if anyone's brought this up. Is it possible that Aaron Rodgers is not on any team this season and pulls a Joe Flacco, a.k.a. I'll just wait it out until somebody needs me?
I think it's in play, sure.
Nope, I think that's illegal.
Legal?
Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal.
For Aaron Rodgers. Now, I did read, which bothered the hell out of me, that he's going to take up to 4 weeks to decide where he wants to go.
Yeah, he's got stuff to do.
Move on, man.
I think he was spotted on a beach recently.
What the hell does he have to do? His job is he not want a job? Because if you don't say that, just say I want to retire.
He's got a lot of interests.
Oh, like what?
Being the smartest guy in the room at all times.
Man, find a different room to be in then, brother.
Okay. Well, he did. It was dark.
But he was the only one in there, so he was still the smartest one.
Well, I think that's what he wants. I think that's what he's searching for.
Come on.
His life mission is to always be the smartest man in the room.
So he's going to just enter rooms by himself?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a
likely
nice
one
idea.
in Pittsburgh fairly soon.
That stinks.
From the 314 hot take or hot garbage, the Tampa Bay Rays will not be in Tampa Bay in the next 5 years.
Hot take. They will be in Montreal, and they'll be called the Expos.
Aren't they building a new stadium?
Nah.
Not anymore.
No? What happened?
Probably need to.
Yeah,
well, I know they need to.
Tropicana Field not great?
No, they got smashed up by the hurricane.
Put a hole in it?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they're the Expos within the next 5 years.
So this was 4 hours ago as of the Tampa Bay Business Journal, and I know the Rays put something out as well, but the Tampa Bay Rays plans to build a stadium and mixed-use entertainment district in downtown St. Petersburg are dead.
Oof. Not good, guys.
St. Pete is a great city, man.
Yeah, it is.
Those plans
It's
are
a great
sick.
city.
Good for Montreal, though.
Or Nashville.
Nah.
Nashville.
Really?
It's going to be Montreal.
I don't see it.
No?
Nashville is
hopping.
Yeah.
Happening.
Do they change their names? What do they become if they go to Nashville?
Yeah, they shouldn't be the Rays. They should be the Nashville Sound.
It's already a team.
Yeah, they should be that.
Nashville Guitar Heroes.
The Nashville Cymbals.
I don't like that one.
The Nashville Trumpets.
That's better.
The Nashville Six Strings.
Six Strings.
Actually, that's a minor league team name.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that's a team, but that sounds like a minor league
I
team
think you all are
name.
getting further and further away.
The Nashville Stars. I actually did see a picture.
Like the Stars.
A picture of this group that put out hats. Nashville Star hats.
I like the Stars.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of lame, but...
What are your thoughts on...
You don't like the Dallas Stars?
No.
Okay.
Thoughts on teams having the same name across different sports?
What do you mean?
So, like, Texas Rangers, New York Rangers.
I'm fine with that.
What else do we have?
You have the... Oh, this is a good question.
You got a bunch... Well, college has a bunch of this. Well, that's...
Yeah, let's not even go college.
Okay.
Let's just do professional sports.
Or just...
Rangers.
Maybe Cardinals.
Panthers and Panthers.
Oh, yeah. Cardinals and Cardinals. Yeah.
Giants and Giants.
Giants and Giants. Now we're getting on a roll, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What else do we have?
It's probably
got to be an animal.
Yeah.
Usually animals.
Kings and Kings.
Sacramento.
Sacramento
fire
plus
right
7.
now.
+7 tonight against Golden State.
Jets and Jets. So just got that one. From
Jets and Jets.
Jets and Jets.
Okay, there's a ton.
Winnipeg Hockey Jets.
Winnipeg Hockey Jets.
There's got to be another one.
Is there
right?
one more?
Let's see. Now we are.
There
on
used
the
to
roll.
be the Oilers and the Oilers.
That's true, but no longer. Celtics, Nets, Knicks, Sixers, Raptors, Nuggets, Thunder, Blazers, Bulls, Cavs, Pistons.
No more basketball.
Nope. Warriors.
Football.
Nuggets.
Nah. Might be tapped out.
I think we've covered them. Nice job, guys.
Yeah.
Really nice
Proud of
job.
you all.
Proud of you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job.
I still feel like we're missing at least one.
It'll come to us.
Yeah. That'll hit us right in the face at some point. All right. We got the Gauntlet next. We got a new contestant. Bob takes one of us on next on 101 ESPN. Underdog Fantasy is now in our state here in Missouri. So fast breaks can turn into buzzer beaters, to turn into block parties, and there's nothing as exciting as basketball. But at Underdog Fantasy, it's not just NBA. It's not just college basketball. They got NHL. They got MMA. They've got video games, in fact, at Underdog Fantasy, where you can choose higher or lower on certain players' stats and build up your picks. So, again, just higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, assists, goals. I don't know what the video games would be, probably points to some degree, but either way, Underdog Fantasy's got all the action for you. And if you get those selections right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. All courtesy of Underdog Fantasy. In fact, millions of fans have won over billions at Underdog. You could be next, and you could play for as low as $1 and win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog Fantasy app, use my promo code Anthony, and you'll get a free selection as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Again, just by using Anthony at Underdog Fantasy. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Term supply void in Colorado. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404 Your Time Check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh and Kerry Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome into the Gauntlet Bob. What's up, Bob?
Oh, not much. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for playing. Would you like to take on Marsh, CD, or me today?
Let's go with Anthony today.
All right.
All right, Anthony.
All right. Bob, good luck to you, man.
All right, thanks. You too.
Thank you.
All right, Bob. Anthony is heading to the cone of silence. You know how this goes. Tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, Bob, you know the rules. I'm sure you get the answer correct without any options. You get 2 points. You get it correct with the options. You get 1 point. And if it's incorrect, you get 0 points. Now, we have our category. Is there a category that you did not want?
It doesn't make any difference, no.
Didn't make any difference. All right, well, tell him, Marshy.
We have hockey today.
I didn't want that one.
All right, Bob. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Wayne Gretzky scored 583 of his 894 career goals with the Edmonton Oilers. Outside of Edmonton, which team did Wayne Gretzky score the most goals with during scoring 246 goals with this team?
It would have to be the Kings, I think. Final answer.
Question number 2. How many times did Wayne Gretzky score more than 200 points in a season?
Man, 3.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Which Oiler finished the playoffs last year with the most goals of any player in the postseason?
I'm just going to take the second option because if you read the names, I wouldn't know them anyway.
Do you
Final
want?
answer.
Did you say that again?
I'll just take the second option because if you read the names, I wouldn't know them anyway.
So you want the options, and you want me to give you the second option?
Just give me the second option.
Well, do you want to
Do you
tell
want to
him?
know who the name is?
Sure, you just will let me know.
All right, Connor McDavid is who you got, since that's the
There
second.
you go.
That is hilarious. All right.
All right,
That's a
question.
first.
That is a first. Question number 4, Bob. Against which team have the Blues scored the most goals against this season? They've scored 12 goals against this team in just 2 games played.
I might know that if I read the options. So give me the options.
Options are the Anaheim Ducks, the Chicago Blackhawks, or the Seattle Kraken.
Let's go with Seattle.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Perfect.
All right. We'll get Anthony back in here. Bob, how you feel?
Adequate at best.
Adequate at best. Okay. Well,
You think we've ever gotten an adequate at best from Mo?
never. Nah.
No.
What did Mo do to you?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, you're not wrong. No. Would be nice, though. We'd love to have that as an answer. Anthony, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing great. How was the cone of silence?
It was good. I was only in there partial time because I needed to fill up my water.
Oh, okay. Well, Anthony?
And Marsh yelled at us yesterday about taking too long in breaks and not being
come on.
back on
I'm
time.
just getting thrown under the
did.
bus.
Well, no, you were leading us, and I took note of it, and I'm like, you know what? He's right. So I'm going to fill up my water now while I have a chance.
Yeah, that's why I'm always hustling back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, you want to be on a hop.
Well, there is that saying, you can lead Anthony Stalter to water.
Cannot make him drink.
You cannot make him fill up that water and drink it and be back on time.
No.
Yeah, very true.
That is that
that's-
saying.
they do
I
say
forgot about
that
that
a
saying.
lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anthony,
Yeah.
your category today is hockey.
Hockey. Okay. I like the pucks.
Pack a lunch, Anthony.
All right.
Alrighty. Question number 1. Wayne Gretzky scored 583 of his 894 career goals with the Edmonton Oilers. Outside of Edmonton, which team did Wayne Gretzky score the most goals with, scoring 246 with this team?
It has to be the Kings. He was with the Rangers for a little bit, Blues for a little bit, but the other big stretch would be the Kings. So, process of elimination on this one, I'll go LA Kings. Final answer, please.
Question number 2. How many times did Wayne Gretzky score more than 200 points in a season?
I'll take the options.
Options are 3, 4, or 5.
3, 4, 5. Let's go in the middle. Let's go 4. Final answer.
Question number 3. Which Oiler finished the playoffs last year with the most goals of any player in the postseason?
Which Oiler?
Which Oiler finished the playoffs last year with the most goals of any player in the postseason?
It's not going to be McDavid or Draisaitl. Let's be honest. Like, that would be the obvious choices. So can I get the options? And you're probably going to give me McDavid, Draisaitl, and somebody, and I'm going to choose that somebody. So, Carey, can I have the options, please?
Leon Draisaitl.
Nope.
Connor McDavid.
Nope.
Zach Hyman.
There he is. Zach Hyman. Final answer. Uh-oh.
Question number 4. Against which team have the Blues scored the most goals against this season? They've scored 12 goals against this team in just 2 games.
Well, the Winter Classic game was high scoring. That was against the Blackhawks, but I mean, they've had big games against other teams too. I think they've only played the Hawks twice, but I got to narrow it down. I got to take the options, see if the Hawks are even there.
Options are the Anaheim Ducks, the Chicago Blackhawks, or the Seattle Kraken.
I don't think it's the Kraken. The Ducks, I think they would have only played. Maybe they played them more than twice. I got to stick with my original answer. I'll go Blackhawks. Final answer.
All right. Let's see here. Let's start there.
That Oilers question's going to get me.
Against which team have the Blues scored the most goals? Which team have the Blues scored the most goals against this season? They scored 12 goals against this team in just 2 games. With the options, Bob, you said Seattle. Also with the options, Anthony, you said the Blackhawks. The correct answer is?
It is the Chicago Blackhawks.
Anthony has.
How many did they score in that Winter Classic game, Marsh?
6.
Yeah, 6 is the number.
Anthony has a.
Was it 6 or was it 7?
I thought it was. I'm not sure.
It's 7.
They scored.
I don't know. I was there.
7 scored against. You don't.
You were
remember.
drunk though.
You were.
I was.
You were ham sauce.
And it was cold.
Let's see.
Here we go. Question number. Let's go here. Question number 2. How many times did Wayne Gretzky score more than 200 points in a season? With the options, Anthony, you said 4. Without the options, Bob, you said 3.
Oh boy, it was 6, by the way.
The correct answer is.
It is 4.
Ooh. Anthony takes a 2-0 lead. Wayne Gretzky scored 583 goals of his 894 goals with the Edmonton Oilers. Outside of Edmonton, which team did Wayne Gretzky score the most goals with, scoring 246? Without the options, Bob, you said, got to be the Kings. Without the options, Anthony, you also said, got to be the Kings. Correct answer is?
It is the LA Kings.
Anthony has a 4-2 lead. And final question, which Oiler finished last year with the most goals of any player in the postseason? Anthony. We'll answer this. We'll give you the answer. This is awesome. Anthony, you said, well, it's not going to be Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid. Whoever the other option is, give me him. You went with Zach Hyman. Bob, first time for everything, Anthony, said, I don't know who the options are. Give me the second guy. I don't give a damn who it is. Just give me the second person. Give me the second name.
Who was McDavid?
Connor McDavid.
Okay. Without the options or with the options?
That's kind of a gray area.
Wow. Oh, no. So, Bob, you just said, give me the second option. You have no idea who it is.
Didn't know who the option was.
So, Bob has found like a loophole.
He didn't care who it was.
That's how I got through high school, man.
That's amazing.
Honestly, Bob, that's brilliant because we don't have any rules on that. You technically didn't take the options.
He didn't take the options.
You also didn't really give an answer. So, like, wow.
Give me the second one, final answer. I don't care who it is.
So if it's McDavid,
we might have a walk-off.
we have a walk-off. Is that right?
I don't know.
Oh, dude.
We need Jamie's rule book.
So, the answer that he didn't or did give is Connor McDavid. The answer you gave is Zach Hyman. If it's Connor McDavid, we got to walk off.
That's amazing.
If it's Zach Hyman, Anthony wins 5-2. Bob.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
That's amazing.
Bob, that was amazing.
It was Zach Hyman.
I got through
It was Hyman?
It was Zach Hyman. Yeah.
What, Bob? I got to give it to you. The creativity alone on that was pretty remarkable, man. Nice job.
Well, I tried. That's all I can say.
You know what? Forever now, we're going to name that the Bob rule.
Yeah.
So you need to give an answer or at least take the options.
There you go.
But that will be implemented after that, and we'll call it the Bob
There you
rule.
go.
So you even in an L, Bob, you made history.
You did.
Oh, there you go. I'm here for something.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for playing.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
See ya. That's amazing.
When he said it, I said, that's interesting.
Because we don't have a rule.
He didn't take the options. Just give me the second one. I don't care who it is. I don't need to listen. He's like, I don't know. Give me the second one. I said, all right.
Wow. Okay. Which, of course, it was McDavid, too, like out of all of them.
And once I see, oh, yeah, that's who I wanted.
Man, I wish he was right.
I would have played it. I would have played it because that would have been, one, just amazing that we have never had that.
Never heard of that. I think he still technically took the options.
Yeah.
Technically.
Oh, we got a text from 618. No, that doesn't count as not taking the options. It's narrowing it down an infinite number of possibilities to 3, so no way it would be worth 2 points.
Yeah, I agree. Well, moving again from now on.
We have the rule.
We have the Bob rule.
Yep.
The Bob rule.
You have to. You can't just say, "I'll take option 1." You have to actually hear. Yeah, you took the options. Yeah. That's amazing.
Thanks, Bob.
Wow.
The Bob rule.
What's crazy too is like, on that question I go, you're gonna say Draisaitl, McDavid, give me the other guy, and it was Hyman. Yet I didn't know he already won up my process on that by saying just give me option 2. That's awesome. All right. Appreciate Bob there. That was good stuff.
The 314 says that blind options should be worth 1.5 points.
No, that would change things. That changed things big time. That's a guess.
Yeah. It is, but
it's just a guess.
You actually giving yourself.
You could do that anyways, just by giving the options. Like if you don't know,
if we implemented a rule, call it the Bob rule. You get one blind option.
No.
Per gauntlet.
We'll take this to the board, but I'm going to say no right now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, we're gonna do 2 sports 6-packs. Don't forget we're off early tonight. We got the Blues and Penguins pregame at 5. Puck will drop at 6. But we'll do a sports 6-pack part 1 next. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. Send in your questions. Sports 6-pack next.
question? It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Time for part one of the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Question one, please.
Question number one.
All right, this first one comes from the 636. What is your go-to game for game night with the friends and family?
Oh, we play spades. When I'm with my family, card game gets a little bit intense. Yeah, a lot of ish talking. Good times. I like playing cards. You ever played left, right, center?
No.
Another gambling game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you played many a card games on the back of planes in the NFL.
Yeah. Boo-ray.
Boo-ray?
Nothing like it.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of Boo-ray.
Oh, man. I'll teach it to you.
Heard of Boo Radley.
Nah.
Just not Boo-ray.
Boo-ray is a great game.
So our family with the kids, we play Uno, but it's unicorns or it's those Madeline's game, right? So there's I think they're called Uno corns.
Oh, okay.
And it's Uno. It's just different variations. There's different wild cards and stuff. But we play that in the Stalter household, and that's a lot of fun. But we'll dabble in Pictionary and categories and kind of the fun family games. Kristen and her family would play this game called Nerds. And I had never heard of it before. I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm highly competitive. Mm-hmm. I do not like to lose, but I had never played the game before. And Nerds is essentially you're playing solitaire, but then there's a group of cards in the pot. So you're also trying to you're playing solitaire, but you got to be quick because there's other cards you're looking for in the pot and all that. You play with multiple, everybody starts with one deck of cards. Well, I was getting destroyed constantly. Kristen's grandmother, who passed away a couple of years ago at 104, was beating me like a drum.
Really?
At 90 something. Wow. Yeah. She was smart as a whip, though.
Really?
She knew her stuff. But I used to get so pissed. At one point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to practice. Set up solitaire. But there's a lot of different moving parts, and you got to be fast. So fortunately, we don't play that game that much. I don't think I ever won.
Wow.
So it's ugly.
That's unfortunate, Anthony.
Thank you. Yeah. I still have sleepless nights over it.
Clearly, it's still on your mind.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm being vulnerable right now with you guys.
Yeah, I love
Appreciate
it. I have three favorite games. One is the Settlers of Catan. Very high tense.
Kind of like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. It's a long game. I think it takes a long time, but it's super fun. Can get very intense. I also like the game Catchphrase.
Yes, that's a good one.
Love Catchphrase. And drinking game, I like playing Fast Lane the Dealer.
Okay. I like that.
So.
Yeah. We also play Heads Up, where you put the band on, and
that's
fun.
Yeah, and you're trying to guess it. That's good. Yeah,
that's similar to Catchphrase.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It is. All right, good stuff. Great oldies. Nice job, guys.
Question number 2
from the 314. And I already know Anthony's answer to this.
Uh-oh.
If you could change one rule in the NFL, which one would you change?
You already know mine. Yep.
What?
Touchback rule on the fumble. Penalize the team. Penalize the ball carrier. Penalize the team. Move them back 25 yards if you want to. I don't care. But the defense should not get rewarded for doing nothing.
Well, you should. You should get rewarded if the offensive player is an idiot and puts the ball on the ground.
And the offensive player is punished with his team.
No, he's not.
By moving back 25
He's
yards.
punished by giving the ball to the other team. It's like fumbling and defense recovering it.
No.
You know?
I'm sorry.
I have great teammates that hustle.
I'm sorry. I thought Marsh was reading off a question from a listener, and I gave you my answer, and now all of a sudden I feel attacked.
Sorry.
What rule would you change, Carey?
I would keep that rule the same. I would change.
I know.
I would change roughing the passer. We got to come to some type of understanding that quarterbacks are indeed football players.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying take it completely out the game, but I mean, if I run near you and breathe too heavily, I don't think that should be a pass interference. I also don't think, a roughing the passer.
Yeah.
I also don't think that if your quarterback likes to dance around and then all of a sudden decides to get down and gets hit extremely hard, well, dummy, that's on you. Get your dumb ass down. Don't dance. Those men are 300 pounds chasing you. What do you think they're coming to do? Say hello? No. You're trying to take your head off your shoulders. Get your dumb ass down and out of the way. You want to be protected? Protect yourself at all times like a boxer. You don't get help from the referee.
No.
Would you get rid of the QB slide?
No, I'm okay with the QB slide. I don't think they need to run into linebackers full speed and take on the hit.
Well, they decided to be a runner, though.
Yeah, I'm okay with the QB slide, but you need to get down. I'm not okay with you deciding to slide at the very last second and the defender is already committed to trying to knock your head off, and then he gets penalized because your dumb ass took too long to slide. Get down. Get down. Or get hurt. And I'm okay with that.
Those are your options.
That's it.
Either get down or get your head taken off.
That's it. Quickly.
Signed, Kerry Davis.
Right.
Marsh, what's yours?
Ooh, it's a good question. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I kind of like the game how it is. I actually, you know what? Nah. I'd change the kickoff rule back.
To normal kickoff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See, that doesn't bother me. I've never been like, oh, this is terrible. I just like, all right, whatever. They change it up. I'm fine with it.
What else do I like or dislike? I wish they would allow for challenging some penalties. I know people hate challenges in general, but some penalties are egregious. And they do impact the game. Like
you get one per game or something.
A pass interference.
One mega challenge.
Yeah. Like I'm going to, all things. I can challenge whatever the heck I want.
Yeah.
Well, the UFL does that.
One mega challenge, but if you're wrong,
you lose all your challenges.
You get subtracted 7 points.
Whoa. That seems
heavy. Well, so does the fumble touchback rule, but apparently everybody's fine with that.
Well, do like the NHL does. You challenge it, and you got to play a series with just 10 guys on defense or 10 guys on offense.
Yeah, take away points. You really got to punish them.
So here's a rule. This isn't
for no reason.
This isn't an NFL rule. This is a fantasy football rule.
Okay.
I would like to see points awarded to a wide receiver who has been taken out because of a pass interference. I think he should be awarded at least half a point for what could have been a reception if you do PPR. I think it's ridiculous that one guy could be open and you could have, that's a point swing of could be 15 points depending on the play if it's a deep ball, and that guy's not getting anything because there's a flag on the field.
You got to catch it. The play was a flag.
No, give me a half point.
All right.
Give me at least a half point.
What's up, Gary?
Text from the 314. Anthony gets butthurt when CD disagrees with his rule change, then goes and disagrees with Marshy's rule change.
Yeah. Okay, it's because I'm angry.
Why'd you get so mad at me then?
I'm mad at you. I'm taking it on Marsh.
Oh, wow.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Seems that way.
It's
Sorry.
spite.
Sorry, Marsh. Sorry for disagreeing with him, which led to him disagreeing with you.
That's okay.
He didn't like your kickoff rule. He thought it was dumb.
He's still mad at me that I apparently, allegedly, not really, wanted to get rid of the sports six-pack.
That was actually
Carey
real.
was there. Okay.
I said, guys, I think we should conduce it back to one segment.
Exactly.
That essentially is
and here we
us to
are
get rid
going
of.
over clock because of two questions.
Yeah.
Which is clearly we can't get to 6.
So if we're all being honest here, I just said I was honest with my spite. So you need to be honest about trying to get rid of the second part of the sports six-pack because you tried to.
I'm not.
And fortunately for Carey and I and the listeners, we're here when you tried to do it.
No, I said something in the break, and you took my words and spun them and made everybody in this town believe you.
Carey, what's your ruling on this?
No, he definitely said we're getting rid of that second six-pack.
Thank you. Sports Six-Pack Part 2 is next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Kerry Davis, and if you're a contractor or own a business that needs recycling, my good friends over at Scrap Mart Metals can help you. They're tailor-made for your business to meet your schedule and your budget. You'd be amazed at how the scrap metals add up and how it can help your business's cash flow. If you own heavy equipment, it breaks down time and time again. It gets frustrating. You have to repair it over and over and over again. When the time comes to end your suffering, Scrap Mart will come and get it out of your way. They'll haul your equipment to one of their locations and get you a check the same day. Or if you want to haul it yourself, they have 3 convenient locations: Valley Park, Peevely, Jonesburg. If it's metal, they will buy it. Copper, wire, brass, stainless steel, aluminum batteries, electric motors, steel, cast iron, and much more. It is recycling made easy. They offer a convenient drive-on scale. They have the highest payout. You will always get top dollar for your scrap metals. So visit them today at scrapmartmetals.com. My guy Lucas can talk to you business owners about setting up a business account that can get you rolling, that will make your job easier. Again, scrapmartmetals.com, and tell them Kerry Davis sent you.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We have an early pregame for you as the Blues take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. Puck drop is at 6. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Chris Kerber, who will be on the call tonight, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Six-Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
I have a question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, backed by popular demand. We've got the second part of the Sports Six-Pack. Marsh, question please. 3, please.
Question number 3.
Question please.
From a 618, with the Olympics coming to LA in 2028, what's the event you wish you could have won gold in?
Boxing.
100-meter.
100 meter?
100 meters.
Okay.
100 and 200. Fastest person on the planet, sign me up.
Okay.
I think it's outstanding.
Yeah, running would be cool. I'm going to pick an obscure one, though. I'm going to go with fencing. I think it'd be really cool to be able to fence.
Sure.
And do it well.
That also applies to other areas in your life.
How so?
It doesn't, but still, I like your creativity and your unique out-of-the-box thinking.
Well, thank you.
Question 4, please.
Question number 4.
From the 618, do you think St. Louis could support an NBA team? Yes. I acknowledge it's unlikely to receive an expansion team, but I don't feel like we can call ourselves the best fans in baseball anymore. So curious as to how you feel about our local fan support.
I think St. Louis could be a 4-sport town easily and also support a big program in college sports. Like, I know Mizzou is here, I know Illinois is here, but it's not like right here.
Yeah, I think they could. I think there's more than enough people that would want to watch it and see it, and I'm hearing
Marsh is listening to something.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going crazy.
It's not you. It's not your computer. It's Marsh's computer.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah, it's bleeding.
Man.
Yeah.
See, thank you.
I'll stop listening then.
Well, do you see what what really what has happened here, right?
He's messing with me.
No, he's not messing with you. He's sabotaging the second six-pack. He's like, if I can't just get rid of it on my own, I'll basically
find a way.
Self-sabotage this puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so NBA. You think NBA?
Oh, definitely. I would love to be, I would probably buy season tickets. Go watch a franchise play 41 games.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Wouldn't be anything better than that for me.
I just think St. Louis is and I'm not placating here. I really do feel this way. I think St. Louis is an excellent sports city.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I
think we love sports. So yes, I think we could be a 4-sport town. Now, will it happen? Unlikely, but hey, stranger things have happened before. You know? No?
I agree.
Okay.
Please.
Question 5, please.
Question number 5.
All right, from the 618. Do you guys always believe your takes, or do you ever say stuff for entertainment value?
We have always, this is kind of a contradiction. I was going to say we're always honest with the listeners, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just be honest now. We're not always honest with you. No, we don't always believe our takes.
Really? When did you guys make that rule? I wasn't there for that meeting, huh?
Kerry, you know damn well what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
The same day you all decided to make Michael Hellman the next coming of, I don't know, Robinson Cano, huh?
For those that don't know what we're talking about, it was Jamie's idea, but we followed suit. We all decided, Kerry wasn't in the office yet, we all decided that we were going to make a big deal out of the Michael Hellman trade for the Cardinals. And we got into the first segment, and we started talking about how great of an addition he was and how he can make the Cardinals better and all this stuff. And Carey sat there.
I was so confused. I'm like, what
looking
the hell
at the
did
stats
I miss?
And looking at the profile like,
I know I
don't think so, guys.
I must have missed something. What the hell did I miss?
And then we finally
let me in on the joke.
No, we have something that's called rolling out to the island. Now it's not planned. We don't we have planned topics, but we don't plan whether somebody's going to row out to the island. And what that is if we're all agreeing, there's usually someone that will take the other side, and we refer to that as rowing out to the island.
Yeah.
You're going by yourself. You know what you're doing. You're not going to survive out there. You got the unpopular take, but for the sake of the segment, you're out there
by yourself.
It doesn't happen all the time, and I would say the wide majority, the vast majority of our segments, you are getting our honest take.
Yeah,
but I would always have in the back of your mind, especially those that get people that get really angry with us. Just have it in the back of your mind that this is a sports show, but it's a sports entertainment show. We're trying to entertain.
I don't want to speak for you guys, but sometimes, I'll ask questions that I don't necessarily believe, like, what I'm asking, but I'm almost asking it as like a setup.
Sure.
Because maybe there's people out there that are wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that I believe what I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Or like it could be a simple, quote unquote, dumb question, but it helps move the conversation along.
Yes.
And when you tease stuff, people think that's what you actually believe.
Right. Little do they know, I'm just teasing to the next segment, setting it up.
You believe it every time. The hell are you talking about?
Gary, don't say that, because some people believe when I tease something, they get ticked off, and they start texting.
We got a text from Rambo. Well, could you try a little harder?
I think we do a pretty good job. There are sometimes I don't even know. Like sometimes I'll look at Jamie. I'm like, after the segment, I'm like, did you just row out there? He goes, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. So sometimes you don't know.
Sometimes you believe it.
I would say 5%, guys. 5% of the show
Oh yeah.
I don't think any more than that.
No, we are pretty. I think we're pretty upfront and honest in what we believe, and then sometimes you'll get a teammate to look at you like you're a dumbass, and then I dig in even deeper.
Oh yeah, then it's just fun at that point.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
Why'd you point at me?
Well, I said a teammate.
No. That left finger wasn't pointing that way. It was pointing. Your right finger was pointing right at me.
I said get a teammate.
Now you're doing it.
Yeah, that's what I did the first time.
I missed it. I missed it. I can neither support or deny what you're saying.
You guys was gang up on Marshy Day. Huh?
No, I didn't even do anything.
That's
not this time.
I'm going back and looking at it now.
Question 6, please.
All right. Question number 6.
All right, from 636, is St. Louis a better sports city than Kansas City? And if so, why?
I would say yeah. You got more championships.
Tell us your real thoughts.
Is it a better sports city than Kansas City?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's a better city than Kansas City. How about that?
We're just better. Period. All right, that's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What we learned, 3 stars of the day, criticisms, compliments, all coming at you next on 101 ESPN. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN app. All our podcasts, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Selection Sunday is almost here. You can get signed up now to play in this year's Bracket Madness Pick'em Challenge at 101ESPN.com. It's free to enter, and this year's top score will take home a $250 Amazon gift card and a 101 prize pack. You can see all the contest rules and sign up to play now at 101ESPN.com. Our Bracket Madness Pick'em Challenge is refreshed by Bud Light. Marsh,
yes.
What do you got for us for criticisms and comp? Actually, no, hold on. We got to talk about what we learned today. Man, I almost screwed this whole thing up.
Yeah.
We'll screw up the whole show.
Almost.
Again.
Yeah.
Kerry, what'd you learn today?
Well, I learned that the Cardinals are all in on winning. They went out and signed a reliever. They're working towards winning a championship. Relax. Headed in that way.
Nice.
That's what they're doing.
Marsh?
Disagree?
Or do you want me to say?
No, you can go.
What I learned is that Bob, our Gauntlet contestant, found a loophole in the Gauntlet by merely saying, just give me option 2. Whatever it is, I'll take it. And then we had a discussion about whether or not he actually used the options, which would be 1 point, or if he didn't, and it was worth 2 points. We've squashed it now. It is now the Bob rule.
Yeah.
If you're saying just give me option 2, then that in fact you are taking options. But that was quite remarkable today.
I learned, and this coincides with what the 314 texted in, that Carey's not actually a Dodgers fan. He's just rowing out to the island.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Because it seems pretty convincing that you're
blue out there, too.
Dodger fan.
Blue water.
And after reviewing the tape, I learned that Carey Davis did, in fact, only point at me.
Yeah, in the last segment.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I thought I did one of those, but it was
clearly at Marsh.
I'm right-handed, though. So, it's like a politician.
Yeah. Listen here.
Yeah.
Put the finger in.
Yeah, you can't point.
You know.
Marsh, you're lefty. For some things.
For some things. I swing a baseball bat left-handed. I swing a golf club left-handed. I shoot a hockey stick left-handed, but I right-handed, and I throw right-handed.
It's weird.
That is weird.
But I can kick with both legs.
Really?
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, it's always amazing to me. Like, well, actually, I do 14 things right-handed and 14 things left-handed. Like, how? What?
So what are you?
All right, go ahead, Marsh.
Okay, let's go back to the text line here. Jamie's Vacation Speedo criticism is you guys still haven't gotten the seats behind Jamie at a Blues game.
No, we haven't. We talked to management, and management said, yeah, we'll do it.
Then they didn't
they didn't do it, yeah.
Oh, man.
But no, that's a good call. We have not done that yet, guys.
Shame on us.
And the season's wrapping up. What the hell is wrong with us?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm sure those tickets will be open.
Probably not.
We're the home of the Blues.
We should.
You know what I mean?
They write our paychecks,
They write our paychecks. Not really, but people believe that.
Yeah.
So we should get some tickets, no?
I think we should. From the 314, good show today. Go Blues.
Thank you. And yes, go Blues. Tonight, right here on 101 ESPN, puck drop at 6, pregame at 5 with Alex Ferrario and Grant Francis.
Justin says we will rally around the fast lane and we will have great radio.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. What are we rallying from?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, this one's from Kevin. Love the show. You all are fantastic. From Kyle, a.k.a. Kevin, first ever Fader Follow contestant.
Oh,
Shout
nice.
out.
Kyle, Kevin. Thank you, sir. Fader Follow.
From the 314, asking if I have the ability to change this texter's name to Healthy Scratch since I am 100% better at reading text messages than Jackson Burkett.
Wow.
Did he struggle?
I don't know.
Was he on the struggle bus today?
Well, it is his birthday.
Is it?
Today's his
Jackson's
birthday.
Oh, I passed him too. I hate that.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Jackson.
Happy birthday, Jackson. Wow.
He's a March too? Okay.
He's a Marchie?
I think Martin Kilcoyne also a March birthday.
I need to look at that list in the break room.
Wait, did I see Jackson today?
Yeah, I saw him
I don't think I did. Oh, thank God.
I think you did see him.
What?
You did.
When did I see him?
I don't know, but I'm sure you did.
He
was here.
Feeling.
Well, why are you doing that to me?
Today.
I saw him today.
I didn't. I know I didn't.
All right.
He did leave, so you weren't here when I saw him.
Yes.
He was here when I saw him.
If not, I would have felt awful.
Well, I feel bad.
Even though I didn't know.
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
If you don't know it, it's not your fault.
But I still feel bad, even though.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Let's get to our 3 stars of the day. Because Anthony forgot to say happy birthday, we're going to give Jackson Burkett our 3rd star of the day because it is the 3rd month of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best month of the year.
Of course. Our 2nd star of the day goes out to hypothetical emails.
Hypothetical emails.
Was it hypothetical?
That's just an example, Carey.
Okay.
Wasn't like I was reading it word for word. Actually,
like you were.
Even in that example, I had to clean up some of the bad English.
Our 1st star of the day, it's no contest here. It goes out to Bob's Loophole, which now has been deemed the Bob Rule.
The Bob Rule.
Good job, Bob.
In the Gauntlet.
Keep us on our toes.
Yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff there. All right, that'll do it for us here in the Fast Lane. For Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and me, Anthony Stalter. We wish everybody a great night. Blues pregame next. See ya.